Okay, ladies and gentlemen, let me start with experiences of mine which I have undergone in a police department because the department deals with public security and safety. In 2000, when I took the charge of a person in IT looking after the telecommunications, I found that we were operating on low band sets. Low bands were the big and bulky sets. Then I thought, why not to go on a higher band? When we have a bandwidth, when we have a band allocated to you, I really fought by tooth and nail, and I converted to all those smaller sets of Motorola and Canboard and all other with best features. I did that change. Then I thought, why not to change the old system of communication, and I brought radio trunking at Bhopal. But to my utter surprise, when I found out, I asked Bhopal police officer whether they used any group communication. The answer was no. I asked SP to made the group of CSPs. No. I asked many of the senior officers to make a public announcement. No. The answer was they used the same facilities which were being used in the previous years, or which were traditionally being used for communication, voice communication. You see, the irony, it added to one more instance when I saw that mobile phone of a very senior police officer, that he never uses the SMSs from his own handset. So when he had a Torch BlackBerry, I said, sir, this is a wonderful set. Do you use for other communication? He says, no, I only dial or receives the call. So basic thing, what I concluded is that basically the mindset has not yet changed. Now, I have been associated to IT in police because we are undergoing change. So right from the CCIS, which was the first initiative which the police has done it, to CIPA and now CCTNS. I found out that the CCIS failed, CIPA came and failed, and we have got a huge database. I don't know what is going to happen. I have been insisting to use it. Nevertheless, no decision has been taken. I also studied that why it has happened. It happened because they were operating in isolation. And the reason why it failed miserably because nobody knew why this system is useful for them. So unless you tell people that this technology is useful for them, nothing is going to come out. At least, especially, this is what has been my experience. And this is what I'm going to start, that when we had a fingerprint biometric system in our country, many states have gone the system called AFIS, Automated Fingerprint Identification System, but we have miserably failed because first thing is, we could not understand what kind of a technology we want and what are the standardization we should go for. I had an opportunity to become a chairman for benchmarking committee at national level. I designed a system and I came out with a benchmarking thing, and I suggested that, okay, this should be a technology to have a wholesome effect. Why not to integrate whatever possibilities we have all around? And I designed the MBIS and submitted a report. This is what I will be talking about based on the experiences. The present status is very well known. We have the AFIS at NCRB. Unfortunately, it has not been working for years. We have 22 states where most of the states are working in isolation. And this has been the scenario in brief. None of these AFIS in the states have got interstate connectivity. Mind you, Madhya Pradesh and Andhra Pradesh has got the same type of system, but there is no handshaking between them. The irony is still there that in Maharashtra, there is only one kind of a system. And they have two centers, one at Pune and another is Mumbai. There is no data portability even at those centers also. So it is a very poor state. So all these AFIS have miserably failed. That has been it. So I came down with the idea that what should be the MBIS. MBIS stands for Automated Multi-Biometrics Identification System. It incorporates state-of-art biometric solutions, and it has got modalities like finger, all 10 prints flat and roll, face, iris, and palm. Why I tell you why I have taken this as a new generation. It is a system with more capabilities and also reduce the total cost of ownership. NCRB will build up a database which will be in the alignment of UID-AI. Ultimately, we will be bringing up the national ID someday. And the fingers is used as a traditional application to chance print investigation. And also now we are getting a clips from the cameras, so we will be having additional advantage. I studied that even FBI next generation identification system has also envisaged all this. US Department of Defense has got all this. So these are, even UAE has got, and Saudi Arabia has got ABIS. These are this. Then Irish I have suggested, because Irish has been taken in UID, and it is the faster way of identification rather than fingerprint. Fingerprint takes longer time and bigger space, and Irish takes shorter time. And accuracy is also very high. Face, certainly, because we are going to install cameras in cities, and we are getting the faces, and hence face identification. And palm is generally basically at the latent side or at the crime side, we get these palm prints. So the palm should also be included. So I've suggested MBIS to the national level. It should be like this, and also mobile identification capability it should have, so that even the SHO goes to the field, he should get the identification of a culprit or even he gets a verification done for the tenants and domestic servant. The images format also I've suggested, so that it is in line with the UID. So I also suggested how the database will be built up and what kind of the connectivity will be there with states. It should be vendor neutral. Records should be archived in the standard NIST format. I suggested original biometric data is stored in the standard compression and ISO record format. API is standard so that AMBIS solutions can be changed without disrupting the entire national AMBIS, and modality can be added to replace without any impact. I did not say that. I said even the existing system can be upgraded to the level of standardization. Why I said all this in the background? Because UID AI, Unique Identification Authority of India, will be bringing out all this unique identification for citizen services, verification, which we are also doing, the verification for passports and all other, and verification for license and all other, and it will bring out the transparency and also electronic benefit transfers. So when we have a database which has been built up at national level, why not we should go in alignment with them? And that has been a purpose that we suggested MBIS. The sole purpose for this suggestion is that CCTNS, which is the project which is coming for the police now, has got tracking element into it. And the tracking can only be done if we have some biometric component in it. And if we have a multi-biometric, it is more safer, more accurate, and that's the reason it has been submitted, so that we are in alignment of UID AI. Thank you.